Yeah, it's been we've been having some good rows here on the Rotsee. This weather is we're from Victoria in BC in Canada, and it rains like this for pretty much the entire winter. So at the start gates, I said to Patrick, "Hey, just like home, you know." So it was a good race, though. Nice to feel the relief of qualification. So
it's a very competitive race and exciting. So just to be a part of this and witness this whole process, pretty blessed here, and just so happy to get out the racing we got. Do what we can. Yeah,
just keep working hard. I mean, the lightweight double is why I think it's like the most exciting event and it's the best event, is because it's so competitive and the depth of field is so high that if you have the right day and you do the right stuff, you could find yourself at the top of the podium. And I think any double entered has a chance to meet a red medal. So
absolutely.
But I know the guys racing at the World Cup this next weekend will be in good shape too. So we'll get back to Canada to get back to training, and hopefully be healthy and safe all our way to Tokyo.
Cloud 9. It feels unreal. Still processing, still catching my breath. I think my heart rate's at about 200 beats a minute.
But it was great, with the challenges of the weather delay and FISA trying to make sure that fair races still went on. I think they did an excellent job. And, being able to roll with the punches is a really important thing here when the schedule's changing and the weather's changing. And it's fantastic that the Lucerne weather managed to hold out perfectly with conditions to create a really fair race where we can go out and put together our best performance and leave, no questions left unanswered. And it was, it's a lot to race with that much on the line. Tokyo is at the finish line, and being able to hold off the late charges from the Irish and the Swiss, it was hard. And I think that, being able to stay together, stay confident, and hold back the field to the finish line can only be done with a strong partner where there's no cracks in the foundation when those attacks get launched. So it feels pretty good.
I'm very excited. I tried so much for that. I was very unlucky at the previous races. I work very hard with our coaches and Gianni Postiglione to improve my boat. And I had a lot of people to support me, and I'm so thankful that I made it.
It feels great. It's, it's been a year and a half, 2 years almost of working towards this. So just to finally have that stress finally off and just can focus on, the main goal of Tokyo now is just, it's a big relief. I really just I tried to keep it going through the middle, and I knew that I wasn't going to be being the lead off the start, but I knew if I really had a strong middle 1,000 and put myself in a good spot, I could sprint at the end. And almost stopped a bit too early there at the end, but it was still good enough. I don't really have any right now. I think I just enjoy this and then just get back to training and kind of focus on that after. I gotta enjoy this for the moment though.
Before qualification in double scull, and we don't know ours very well. And 2 weeks ago we have in the training we have better results in the double scull, but now we are so happy because we want now have a rest because we don't see parents 3 months.
And it's good result for us, and it's first experience on high level for us and for my partner Kondrativ, who rode too much time before, and I'm very glad to see him with my boat.
If it's the most important race in your life, so it was a tough one. The legs are still pretty shaky, but we did it.
Well, since the European Championships, we were really working on our first 500 because we felt we kind of gave away a bit of speed there. So this weekend was all about just not losing any speed in the first half of the race and then trying to gain more as the race was going on. I think we did that. We had a good start and we just focused on pushing away from the field and let them fight it out for the second spot. Just really emotional, can't believe it's finally happened. After 2 years of waiting, it's just great to finally do the race. God, I haven't even thought of that yet, but I think obviously at this stage a medal is our goal, nothing less.
Ecstatic to deliver a race like that on a big pressure. There's no better feeling.
This race, they're handling the emotional pressure. They don't call it the regatta of death for nothing. Going on the start line, knowing that two people's dreams are going to stay alive is really hard. So holding the emotional pressure at bay and being able to execute your best race when it counts so important. And we did a lot of work through the middle of the race to put ourselves in the fighting chance. Well, we just got to celebrate the fact that we're going to the games. We haven't really thought about it at all. Our year ended today when we had this final, and now we can get the dreams going for Tokyo and get something even bigger.
It's hard to process right now. It's been such a crazy journey, especially the last few months. It's a big sense of relief and pride, but also just recognizing that it's just the next step that we're going through for the ultimate goal of winning the Olympics.
I expect us to go home and get back to work and get back on the grind like the Canadians do, just working hard all the time and try to take that next step because we want to be on top of the podium.
I'm probably the most excited I've been in my life. It's just an amazing feeling to have come so far, and we didn't even know if we were going to be able to come because of COVID and our country not knowing whether we should. But I'm so glad that they allowed us to come. We made the trip, and I just can't believe we're now heading to Tokyo. It's so amazing. Well, for us, we really wanted to just improve 1% on everything we did in the preliminary race and get out into a strong rhythm through the middle, and that's what we did, but it was pretty hard up the start. There's lots of 8s warming up, so the water was really rolly, so we just had to try and stay relaxed and just stay to our race plan to get to the finish line.
Yeah, it's great. Obviously we've come a long way, all the way from New Zealand. Our sole purpose was obviously to qualify for the Olympics. So to have ticked that off and go home with what we came to get is really satisfying. I think coming out even with the other crews or ahead, and then really getting into a strong rhythm that we were capable of sustaining and then building on through to the finish line.
Expectations at the Olympics. Well, obviously we're going to have to go back as a group and talk and kind of reassess where we're at. It's a good start out there. We haven't raced internationally in 2 years since 2019, so coming out and getting a bit of experience allows us to set some better expectations, more realistic expectations for the Olympics.